attacking operators from Infused, Thermite Ash, Buck, Blackbeard, and Capital. So a lot of destruction coming out from that combination.
Yeah, not surprising at all. The only one here who's not going to be doing anything explosive-wise is going to be Blackbeard. Lots of destructibility, lots of utility to get rid of barbed wire, and a castle from Supremacy.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me until you see the fact, or when you see the fact that they're defending bar and gaming room.
Yeah. Whoa,
Now,
whoa, bar and gaming room.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
So bar gaming room defense is something that is very common here on Xbox on Chalet. We'll see the castle barricades put upstairs. Most likely we're going to see, let's see, we'll see one here on this doorway and probably one here on this big doorway to the library.
Interesting.
So they lock this out and basically just make the map this corner. This becomes the map here. The rest of it goes unplayed. You will occasionally see teams attack from outside this front end here and fire in, which case you'll have obviously this wall fully reinforced and the third castle barricade will go here on the far doorway. So then you have the time to rotate your defenses, bring them away from this front end, bring them away from this front end to defend the push coming in from fireplace. But because of how much time it takes to get through there, because of crossing this big fireplace area, because of getting across that distance, and the same so much from upstairs, it's very rare you see teams attack from this fireplace side. Almost all of the pressure is going to come from this front, outside, all this towards end, and that's what Castle helps to do. Just keeps everything up that angle.
Well, that's an interesting way of forcing the attackers into the angle that you're trying to hold. I've never seen this strat before, obviously, so I want to see how this plays out. I want to pick this apart.
So he's used that one there and then one downstairs. He's still got the third one, so he's going to wear it. Yeah, okay, puts this on this side instead. So rather than locking off the top of the staircase, yeah, it just makes sure it's safe to run around inside the library itself without being shot from out on the balcony. So you can see now, Infused are going to start to push in from this front side and very quickly.
Yeah, that's some extreme aggression right there. I don't think they had time to actually drone out the top there, so they kind of just went in all, straight, just dry.
But then they do go straight back out again. Fernox is in the bathroom now that they know it's clean and safe. Now they saw the castle barricade, and rather than breaking, they're like, oh, we'll leave that up. They can't come for it, and that leaves Fernox in here now safe on his own to watch down through that stairwell so he can watch the clean out as is. If they're going to go through that bottom floor, they're going to find any of the rumors down there. He can watch that angle. As it is, there are two players down in their basement. There we go. Spark was on the staircase. Valkyrie was down there for a little way, but is now prone behind the bar. And yeah, Supremacy very much spread out at the moment, just looking and waiting for what's coming.
That's a pretty. That's betting a lot, Zephyr. That position right there, betting on them not opening up the front door. That's pretty dangerous. I don't know if that's a smart bet.
So Myth is just inside the dining room door. You also see Temper here cracking this window open. So yeah, as you say, it is a big risk. Fernox just drones on in. Temper had no idea, and that's a good first kill onto Thermite. And that's big for defending this front fireplace, as we talked about. The castle barricade is open, but the rest of the wall is all reinforced. Andy gets back inside just as the shots rattle off his heels and survives that too. So this could be really, really big for Supremacy. More Ash charges then being used from outside, opening up a couple more windows. Myth does peek out from inside dining room, but again, too late to get Zephyr away. He's now going to grenade through the drone hole. It doesn't go all the way through. Takes a little bit of damage to himself, but ultimately is okay. Begins to spray in and around the bomb. Sangul knows he's safe behind the bar. There's no way they can get to the wall now that Thermite is dead. Weekend is going to drone him and find him.
Yeah, that kill onto Thermite pretty much almost guarantees the round for the defenders here. And you can see it looks like Infused is kind of mixing up their attack from what they were expecting to do. I'm guessing they wanted to open up the bar, but now they're kind of stuck. They have to force their way in through the few angles left open with unreinforced walls. Jaeger
was taking a bit of damage while in here, but got healed up by Doc. Peeks out again, though, and it's a good kill by Fernox. Fernox, though, is low. He's looking to peek towards Sangul. He's just going to go for the plant. Sangul stands on up, does come around, finds him with an easy kill, and doesn't get punished for it. No one by the door was covering him, and it's an easy kill for him, and he gets back down. Rafael picks up one kill for his own. Spark does trade one onto Myth, and while the last man up for Infuse is outside in the A site without the diffuser, and it's Drake with 4 seconds on the clock. Spark's just going to hide. Sangul's around the corner, and he'll peek straight into it for a free kill. Supremacy just like that, hold their defense, and almost all of that was made possible by getting rid of that Thermite so early.
Yeah, no, they put a lot. They risked a lot playing Jaeger up there aggressively, and it paid off for them. I don't think we're going to see that anymore on this map, because I'm surprised, to be completely honest, I'm surprised they didn't drone it. They could have taken their time a little bit more there, and also Thermite, the first in the building, despite the defenders taking such a risk there and it paying off, like, they could have easily negated that just with one drone and 30 seconds.
So, Kitchen Trophy is a more standard defense now, and that's where Infused are looking to take their setup. They want to grab themselves their first round, and hopefully they can do it on defense. They are bringing Capcan into the mix once again. Don't disagree with it quite as much here as I did on Consulate, though.
You know, to be completely honest, I have died to Capcan traps. It's not as embarrassing as it used to be. His traps are pretty hard to see.
It's also the fact that this bomb site specifically,
Yeah.
it's very common to wait for the last few seconds, or at least even then, 20 seconds, be running around through these doorways specifically. Very, very common to do. It's not a bad thing. Rarely happens on Consulate, but on here, yeah, that is a very real possibility, as you say, with them that much harder to see, with the timing running very, very low. Super common to do. So yeah, I like him more here than I do there.
Yeah. Also a pulse. We know why we're seeing a pulse. We're seeing a pulse because obviously it's trophy defense. The entire ceiling above you is breachable. So a lot of teams, what they'll do is they'll take a buck or just breaching charges, and they'll go and they'll try to open up above you and just pick you out of the sight.
So, couple of quick cameras thrown on outside then by Fernox before he comes down. Drake roaming around these library stairs too, has all 3 floors accessible from here, and stays very, very mobile because of it. They are droning around and keeping an eye nearby, but that's Bibu coming in through the games from door as Sangal does drone Drake out in the corridor. And then Bibu is cautious about it, but slowed down a little way. Meanwhile, Drake's coming back up through to the fireplace. Spark is outside the front door, looking upstairs and cautious, but if Drake doesn't time this quite right, he might get sprayed down. No, Spark's going up, so he's out and away. He's cautious about coming up towards the office. Still Capcan traps down here, and Drake is trying to bait people down into it. There's another drone that he doesn't quite see, but it sees him. And as he bucks away, Spark's up top now, looking towards this back staircase. They know he's down here. They're trying to bait him into this. Sangal's drone does get picked off by him. He has to fall back further this way. Bibu now looking to come down the front staircase. Zephyr does kill off that Capcan trap before getting on down. Nice pre-fire from Bibu. It was close, but Temper had moved just at the right moment. Now as he comes down in, they take out the camera. Zephyr's going to push forward in towards the connector itself. Temper picks up the kill onto Zephyr though, and then Drake hits the kill onto Bibu just as he ducks on inside. So the 2 roamers get brilliant kills to slow down this attack even further. Infused doing a great job here, baiting them further forward, taking the advantage and really driving it home when they are ready for it. And now Spark is still trying to come for the kill. Temper looking to peek around the corner, does get sprayed a little bit through the wall, but Spark won't know that and has to turn it back away.
Yeah, no, that double roam combo coming out from Tempa and Drake honestly probably just won them the round. They got rid of both of the entry fraggers for the attackers.
Jaeger now pushes aggressively to take out that Blackbeard too. With a minute on the clock, he felt confident enough for it and knew Blackbeard was very, very exposed down there and went for the kill. Temper kills Sangre at the same time, and Raphael will finally take down Drake, but all for what? As Raphael is now being punished through the floor above. Doesn't know entirely where that shot is coming from. He's cautious of the drop down below. Temper pre-firing into the corridor, but he does have that fridge to hide behind for a little wait. And well, Temper is holding through the hole. Sees him peek around, and it's an easy shot. 3 kills for Temper this round. And Infused are on the board.
Yeah, that was a good round from the 2 roamers downstairs. Obviously, it was pretty much already won before the attackers had a chance to set up on the site. What's interesting to me is the way the attackers address that. I mean, you know that there's going to be 2 roamers down there, but why do you need to debunk them? I understand the use of a basement roam late in the game, when in the middle of your attacks, like when you're trying to open up, say, the west lobby, for example, but it doesn't really achieve much of anything leading up to it. So I would have liked to see from the attackers, instead of trying to debunk those roamers, to just honestly, you know, keep them contained downstairs and trying to aggress a little bit on the site.
Now, pushing now into a more standard bomb site for Supremacy. The basement. Down here in the wine cellar and the snowmobile garage. Reinforcing the back edge, reinforcing the garage door. Upstairs, we see Sangul going to do trapdoors. Nothing too crazy from here, but this bomb site has 2 very distinct attack paths. One outside the garage door and then down this back alleyway to sandwich in the A or the B site. Or one from this back angle, blowing this wall and blowing this small wine cellar wall, getting a plant in this front edge. The question is where you're going to go from. And once again, same 5 attackers coming out here for Infused, which can make mincemeat of the floor above, something which no team really does these days.
Well, you know, it's It's kind of it's not a new revelation or anything. It's not like the teams don't know you can open up that lobby. It's just the resources and time you have to, and players for that matter, that you have to commit to controlling the whole lobby. It's a pretty hefty investment. And I honestly think it's worth it, but most teams try not to factor it into their strats because they have too many other things that they have to focus on.
So, Buck coming very quickly in towards the straight car door. In towards kitchen, moving forward towards that fireplace. And they do make a push forward once again.
Now this is interesting from Myth. What he's doing here is he's trying to hold the flank, but he's doing it extremely aggressive.
Zephyr is on this top floor in the library. There's mute jammers up here covering some of the angles that are coming towards him. And he's just waiting and watching downstairs. Myth, you see they're spraying towards the staircase, and Zephyr is going to spray blindly back. But again, waiting and watching. Ferox is upstairs towards the office windows, just looking in towards the door frame so Zephyr can't peek out from it. He's there, cautious, cracking open the window. Ferox, if he stands up, is going to be spotted by Zephyr there. He's peeking in through the gap. Zephyr sees it, and it's a beautiful
Nice
headshot.
shot.
Takes down the Capitao again before any utility is used. No grenades, no...
Yeah,
Capitao
that's a
bolts,
lot off the board
and
for the attackers there.
A big deal. Meanwhile, upstairs with him, Bibu was there too. He has not been spotted yet. And as a result, is staying very, very static inside this library. Again, there's moot jammers all around. They can't drone into him. If they're going to push for him, they either have to shoot them and then drone, in which case he can take advantage of it, or they have to push in blindly, and he's going to try and make use of that. Temper, meanwhile, is downstairs, finally pushing towards the bomb site. He is the thermite. They're going to push towards the A site, this back wall, but before he can breach this wall, he's got to be cautious of who could push outside that door frame. Just keeping an eye in and making sure there's no one right up and close. While he does have a teammate now there, he can blow it on open. Myth, though, gets the kill on Rafael from up above. The trap door was opened up for him, and he takes down that aggressive bandit. Meanwhile, though, tucked in the corner is a smoke, and that's what he can do all day. 30 seconds he can lock that door open by just throwing the smoke grenades and popping them off in that door frame. Drake looking from above, looking down and in. He does just miss Spark there, whether he knows it or not. And Temper is going to push up close. He's trying to fire tight in towards the corner and look towards the smoke. He does start tagging him up as he goes prone around the corner. Sangor needs to stay standing, but Zephyr is going in. Spark is going to get the down onto Drake, and they down Temper. Meanwhile, Myth being the last man inside. Wow. Finished off by Spark through the wall from behind. It's a beautiful C4, actually ended up with a double kill because they weren't quite aware of this Valkyrie tucked in the corner.
Yeah, no, the attackers had an idea there, but to be honest, they executed it a little bit late. They got the wall open with, what was it, 30 seconds left?
Something like that.
For the rest of the round, they were dancing with the roamers. I'm seeing a lot of contesting roamers going on here, and a beautiful thing about Chalet is that it's one of the very few maps where you don't necessarily need to.
Especially at that bomb site. Just go
yeah, especially at that bomb site. They had somebody, who was it, Capitao? They had Capitao playing up on the balcony, trying to keep control of the lobby. And I understand why you would do that if you were doing a bar attack or a lobby attack or something different than what you were doing, but you weren't doing that. You were doing a big garage attack. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense why he was there in the first place. And he, we saw, he ended up getting picked. So you're losing a lot of resources, you're losing manpower, and you're wasting time contesting roamers that you don't need to contest when you can just stick one guy in the flank, address the wine wall in the closet, and just get into the site and plant the bomb. And in the end, they died, I think, because they had to rush in.
Yeah, so Impact Nade / C4 used up in there as cabinet.
That's clever.
Destroys it, yep. Gives them a bit more space to hide, gives them more mobility, better angle to be inside this back spot. I like that. That's smart. Infused.
Impact grenades open up a lot of options now.
Yeah, they do. I love them. They are, oh, it looks like also battery. No, okay, just
probably just putting them down. Yeah.
Very rare we see them juggled here on Xbox, but pre-placing them always helps. There is a Thatcher though here on Supremacy, so we could be seeing them coming in from this angle. It's not often we see Thatchers played anymore, but
yeah, he's been kind of phased out.
There's a few very obvious spots to play him.
I like what I'm seeing with this breaching charge here. That's going to open up both the walls. It's going to allow Ash to hold the flank entirely, so that or whoever decides to hold the flank, so that you don't see. So you can open up that angle. play it from, give you a little bit more flexibility when it comes to an engagement from trying to flank. A lot of teams, what they'll do instead is sometimes they'll play somebody up in the bathroom, and they'll try and hold it from the ceiling down into the stairs. But it's cutting it a little tight.
Yeah, as we saw earlier on, didn't quite work out.
Yep.
Now they're pushing downstairs to the back bomb site. Rafael is there with Spark watching the door frame. Spark's keeping eyes on it. Sangirl in the backside. So even though, yes, they brought this EMP, they are still going on the back site. It will, however, blow it open. Sledge is now, well, not Sledge, but someone coming down that front coast. Rafael started to crack the barbed wire right up and close to the edge of the wall as well. But batteries are still there as Myth is playing very close to it. He has one shield to block the biggest wall. Aggressively peeking to shoot outside, which he doesn't need to do.
I like the plan from Myth here. They've got Bandit tucked away in this corner, and they're like, if we can deny this wall, we should be fine. And it makes sense.
Grenade comes in and actually does more damage to Capital than it does to anyone on the inside as it bounced back out. EMP coming down again. Will he get the battery up in time? He does. He picks it up, puts another one down.
Unfortunately, I think Bandit only has one battery because he got two other.
But there's also only one Thatcher EMP left. This is the last one. If he keeps this one
no.
intact.
Wow.
Yep, he's got it. All he has to do is leave this down, and that's the third EMP. If he's counted well, he should know this. There's nothing they can do to open this wall anymore.
Grenades, maybe?
He could use a Capital bolt straight in through that hole that his grenade made. Right onto the shield. It's not ideal, but if he gets it right, it might just hit Myth on the other side of it. Myth, though, peeking up aggressively. Still doesn't necessarily need to, but he's doing it all the same. Thermite now rotates across the gap and just about survives. 1 HP to his name. He does go and get into the small wine cellar, but that is a much tougher push, especially as there is a Valkyrie sitting inside of it.
She doesn't have a shotgun, though.
But she peeks out. She does get the kill onto Thermite before getting down. Doesn't get the Capital. At the same time, Drake picks up a kill onto Spark. Capital still inside now, peeking up. Drake's already there waiting for him. A brilliant angle. Thatcher goes in and goes down while he does take out Myth. And then he finishes off Drake in the corner. 2v1 now as they are still down on Bandit. Temper jumps on inside. He finds Zephyr behind the bomb, but he can't land the shots on it. He's got to go for a reload pinned in the corner, and he has no chance as Zephyr aggressively pushes him for the kill. And it looked like it was going great for Infused, but it all fell apart at the end.
Mechanically, strat-based, that was Infused. That round was all Infused. That was a great Bandit jungle from Myth. I was about to announce him MVP of the round, but then Zephyr came out of nowhere and just won the engagements. Now, you see, Rainbow Six Siege, it's a strat-based game, and most of the time it comes down to the strat, but sometimes you'll get a player who will just, we're going to win this round. We are going to win this round. They'll go in and they will just win every engagement. And that's what happened. That's what we saw from Supremacy. I think it was, who was it, Zephyr? Yeah, it was Zephyr.
Yep,
just
Zephyr
walked in and killed everyone.
And just, pushed on in, cleaned up while the last couple of players were planting or reloading or finishing their spots. Made sure to seal that round in the bag and give them a lead, give them that 3-1 scoreline. But he now also has the beautiful position of being back onto defense. And we're up here in the kitchen trophy room, this time Supremacy here again. No cap camp for them, but also no Rook. They're going for the Doc meta instead.
Now, we're seeing this a lot more often lately with Doc coming out instead of Rook. And, it makes sense. Doc has actual raw feasible HP, but it also still makes you more vulnerable to grenades. More likely to be killed instead of just downed.
Yeah, so we'll see whether or not that works against them or not. But it is also a good bomb site with long open spots that you can sit a Doc here in dining room, and there's a lot of places where teammates will be downed or that he can heal them from quite a range. He can get them back up again from a distance and really support both A and B site defenses while still holding the front end. Or, as I say, just himself, just standing behind this table, getting down and possibly being able to revive himself before being finished off again too. It just makes him a bit more of a immovable object than some others. So yeah, it's a risk, as you say, but will it have the reward?
I see it often pays off, so.
Yeah. Myth already in upstairs, then looking down through the the bathroom floor towards the front main door and the basement down below. Weekend is still just journeying down there for him. Drake coming down the front end.
Now, I think they know as well as we do that that Pulse is down there in the basement. It's a pretty common roamer spot on the trophy hold. So I understand why they're trying to get aggressive on him, but again, I say it, I don't see a whole lot of reasoning behind it. He is not going to be changing much until like the middle of the attack round, and that's why you have that buck in the bathroom opening up that hold for the flank.
Still just sitting in the corner. Does take out Temper's drone this time. He's going to stay close. Ash is very much here though. He's not using the heartbeat sensor. He doesn't know how far or close she is, but the shots are rattling in. Does back away,
Ooh,
dodges a lot of the rounds, but he's been close in enough from the other side too, and he's just trapped himself in an immovable corner. Weekend droned in him out here. Another drone from Temper coming through. He's going to try and shoot them off rather than repositioning, and now he's very much pinned. Fernox is going to get around to behind it. Drake has got that hole that he made earlier on. He's pinning it from one angle. Now Fernox is firing through the back wall. Dibu is running very low on options. He's taking damage every time they come to spray. Fernox is still spraying through at floor level. Ash makes a bigger hole and goes into connector. Weekend's drone is just giving them positions over and over again. It's going to be chain spotted. Drake is just spraying across the gap, and Bibu, there it is. Doesn't even deal a single point of damage here to Drake during all of that engage. But they are down to only a minute left.
1 minute.
And Zephyr is still down here. If they're not aware from the... Oh, Fernox gets across the gap. Zephyr could have made a big play. Gets across the back again. Zephyr, this is where you're needed. You need to make this mark right now. Sangul is here healing himself and Spark up at a range. Spark using this shotgun up through the floor to try and deal with the players above. Blackbeard picks off Sangul downstairs. Zephyr is looking for some kind of play outside. He's going to go straight out through the trophy window. Comes up to around behind Blackbeard, but the detection is already there and he's taken out by Weekend really easily. 30 seconds on the clock. Rafael now with Spark as a twosome. They've got to hold this as a pair. Temper and Drake coming through the front fireplace door. They get through the barbed wire with ease. Temper's going to come around the corner with the diffuser first. There's Drake getting down by the shotgun. Temper gets pre-firing on. Does get a double for Spark though. That's the diffuser down too. 15 seconds and Spark drops down. Rafael now, all he has to do is hold the push forward, but Fernox has come inside already. Fernox is missing a lot of important rounds, but will get the ones down to finish him off. And with the timing ticking low, Spark peeks back up again. The diffuser is still down in dining. Myth cannot go and get it and get back in time. And somehow, 2v5, Supremacy get the round.
You know how that... The way they won that round was purely pulse. So we saw that aggression. Again, I've been talking about the aggression on the roamers, almost unnecessary on Chalet. But, you know, they did get the kill on the pulse. But how much time did they have left? They had about 1 minute left. And after that 1 minute, they spent 30 seconds positioning themselves to aggress onto the site and only got in the last 10, 15 seconds. So really, that came down to the roamers wasting enough time. And yeah, we did see the Jaeger run outside, kind of didn't really do much of anything. I would have liked to see from him. I think it would have been a less close round if he had just rotated back into the site. But at the same time, the Pulse did his job. He wasted time and ended up getting them around. And that was really great kiting by Valkyrie as well, just have to say.
Yeah, very nice play from Valkyrie. Temper couldn't quite land the shots he needed after his first teammate went down, after Ash went taken out, after Drake was down from the first blast of the shotgun. He was firing away a good 10, 20 shots, none of them connecting. And then it gives Spark that double kill, puts that diffuser in an irretrievable spot. And yeah, smart play to go around, come back up at the right time and pick off one more player, leaving the last two members of Infused out to dry. And now they're on map point because of it. They are on to attack though, but they're attacking the kitchen trophy room. We've just seen how tough that can be if you can't deal with the roamers, but also, as you mentioned, sometimes you can just ignore the roamers, especially, again, on this bomb site.
Well, just this particular map, to be honest, most of the bomb sites, when it comes to roamers, you can cordon the roamers off to half of the map, and if you just stick one gun watching that half of the map, you can pretty much just isolate them to the point in which they're not useful at all until you have to take that gun away from that flank hold. So it's a one-man investment to hold X amount of roamers. For the most part.
Yeah. Either way, everyone chooses to go and kill them now. Drake then, once again, down in the basement in the bottom floor. Let's see if Supremacy try and deal with him or if they let him do what he pleases. He is up into the library. He hasn't been spotted by drones yet, but he's still cautious and looking at what may be coming his way. Drones are still swarming around, but Supremacy are up and they're close to the building, if not necessarily inside just yet. Couple of holes blown open by Ash, and Drake is just staying mobile, making sure they can't sneak up on him, making sure if he is there first, he can catch someone by surprise. That drone just skips underneath his sideline there. I'm not sure if he saw it. We did, but he would have been looking at his crosshair, not underneath his weapon, so he might have got away with it.
This is a very slow round coming out from Supremacy. They're down to a 1 minute 50 already.
Oh,
did not drone thoroughly enough.
We saw the drone. He didn't see the drone. The drone didn't see him. Drake gets a good kill. Takes down the diffuser.
Oh,
and
no.
a second one. This is horrible for Supremacy. Brilliant for Infused. Drake doing work. Coming in through the library now, he's going to stay static. He doesn't need to worry about getting back to the bomb site anymore. Not only is it a minute and a half on the clock already gone, 2 kills means he has done more than his job. They don't have much time to push the sites. They don't have much utility to push the sites. And Zephyr sprints into the library to try and find him. Does take a tag and goes down as well. Drake is on 3 kills right now, and there is another man coming his way, but Fernox has C4'd him. Bibu's coming up the staircase now. Drake is looking for him already. He will finally go down, but with a minute and 10 on the clock, 4 people left alive. Bibu, he has breach charge instead of smoke grenades too, so he's not even going to be able to smoke them and get inside for any kind of ninja plant or crazy stuff like this. He now has an impossible task to get inside this site. They're going to hear him in fireplace. He's cracking open the one wall. He's got an ash charge left to take out the barbed wire. There is a frost trap around this corner. I'm not sure if he'll have killed that with that. We'll find out if he accidentally walks into it. He's going to look to come around. There's one in the kitchen. There's one on the table. He does get the kitchen kill, but the shotgun is there from Myth to finish him off. And Infused live to fight another day.
Roamers, roamers, roamers. Oh boy. Why, oh why would you have... it's really, honestly, this game has come down to the roamers, it looks like, for the most part. And that was an incredible play coming out from... who was it? I think it was Drake? Yeah, it was Drake.
Yeah.
That was really great aiming from Drake, really great positioning. And getting the diffuser early on, let him get... pretty much just hold it, force Ash into challenging him again. She did win that engagement, Bibu. A good shot, but not enough time, not enough players in the end there.
Yeah. Back then onto defense goes Supremacy. They've still got 2 more chances to win this before they forced it to overtime.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah, and they're defending bar again.
Yeah, I was about to say. Back into the bar.
I mean, if it works.
I mean, last time they won it arguably on a cheap spot from Zephyr.
Yeah, kind of a coin flip.
Yeah, sitting in this corner by the refrigerator, the wine cabinet.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen again. I don't think Infused is going to let their thermite go down so easily. So I'm expecting to see from this more of a standard attack from Infused. I want to know what wall they're going to try and open. Are they going to try and open the bar? Are they going to try and take from above? What is their plan here with the thermite?
Last time around, they did try and bring him through the fireplace. They took control of library, they took control of the front end, but he was killed off. This time, as you say, that cheap spot should not work. So he should be able to get up there and blow the hole open of behind the bar, which is where Valkyrie sat.
Looks like Zephyr's going to try and challenge the balcony, and I can see that working if they don't drone thoroughly enough.
He is there at the top of the stairs, the ladder. Last time they did send a man up there, but he was very cautious about his peaks. Very cautious about going up and over the edge. This time he's been droned, and there's a player walking into the master bedroom. He's aware and cautious of the angle, though. Does duck away safely before Buck peeks around onto him and heads down towards the bottom of the staircase. But Fernox is already down here too. He just heard that. And there's another drone running in there now. Fernox drops into the basement. He's going to come up this staircase, and that's actually a good angle for Zephyr. He's not looking. Fernox goes down. Zephyr gets a first kill onto Capitao again with loads of utility still unused with grenades and asphyxiating bolts. And now Zephyr is still alive and in the kitchen. He's been droned out by Temper here again. Myth now looking to go up and above him. Can he get directly above this spot? Don't think so. Takes out the camera and will grenade the castle door. Zephyr still here inside. Sees the trapdoor open above him. Myth has another grenade in his hand, drops it on down. It's close to Zephyr, but barely any damage done. And now he's cautious for Myth to drop.
Oh no.
Looks away just as Myth does come down, and Myth misses a lot of shots, but so does Zephyr. They will finally land enough to down Myth, but Zephyr's still on 5 health, but he's done his job. He gets another kill in the back. Sorry, Drake shoots him from above in the back, actually. But with a minute 25, having those 2 important kills off the board, Infused's attack is starting to waver. Pushing in towards the library goes Drake. He actually just got past the gap before Doc peeked up and over the staircase again. If he gets inside the library there, he's going to get around behind the castle with a shotgun. But castle is tucked in that small alcove of library. Starts to pre-fire this angle, gives that position away. So now castle knows he just has to look in this direction. Bibu is watching that angle very, very closely, waiting for the Ash to come around. Supremacy are dug in deep, playing very, very disciplined right now. Temper can start opening up the wall. Drake is watching for this castle to rotate. Weekend now using that hole made open, watching the whole corridor, keeping Spark locked out there. Temper, though, has to try and get inside and plant, but that means he's got to deal with a man behind the bar all by himself. They've droned him. They know he's there, but when he peeks that, then he's going to be in front of Blackbeard that's covering that corridor, so it needs to be close of his right-hand side. Tango is prone inside. There's cameras in there. 25 seconds on the clock, and Infused have to make this move soon to make this go. Into the barbed wire goes Temper. He looks towards the bar, but he's looking too far to the left, but the shots are going to miss a lot from Valkyrie. He's now going to push forward. Sangul is tucked in the corner, will down Temper. No way for them to get that diffuser in the next 10 seconds unless Drake goes huge and gets 3 kills here. This is all she wrote. Supremacy take map number 1, 5 rounds to 2.
That was a great round from Supremacy, and this match in general seemed to be the match of roamers. I did not see one round. I think the attackers managed to get set up on the site without already having wasted a minute trying to hunt down roamers. And not only that, but almost every round from both teams, you saw the roamers get 1 or 2 kills and sometimes even more. That was a really impressive round coming out from the Jaeger players on both teams.
Very nicely done. Drake again there at the end as well as before, and then right at the end as well from Supremacy squad. So, the result is expected. To be fair, Supremacy are the top of the board, or were before the earlier game today. They have the better record from last season. They went to the playoffs. Infused are strong and they're up and coming, but with new players in their Weekend is a new player in their squad. They're still just about finding their groove, and they definitely don't seem to have practiced how to get into that bar gaming room bomb site.
You know, honestly, I found they weren't droning thoroughly enough most of the time on attack, especially. Zephyr, great positioning from him. Like, I don't want to take anything away from him, but to be honest, all of that could have been solved just by a drone and a couple more seconds. So what I would like to see from them is more communication, more thorough drones, and a little bit time spent covering their flanks.
So we'll see whether or not they've got that better for the next map, because we're going into Hereford Base, and it is a...
I mean...
it should be a no-roamer
yeah.
map. It should have everyone downstairs in very static positions and very boring rounds.
Not a whole lot of options.
We've seen these teams both like to run roamer heavy, and we've seen both teams on attack like to go and hunt those roamers.
Yeah.
Which could be catastrophic.
If they're going to try and hunt roamers on Hereford, as long as they just do it top down, there shouldn't be too much of an issue. I mean, it's not super hard to clear. This and house, clearing roamers, easy. Just go from the top down. On Chalet, it works better for the roamers because they have more angles to work with, but I don't know. I don't expect to see too many roamers on this one.
Well, I hope so too. Let's go into it then. You can see the bomb sites up on your screen as we look for the first few operators to be chosen. It is Infused on defense first. No surprises, they're going into the basement. Frost, Jaeger, Bandit, Rook, and Valkyrie as their choices. Seeing more Frosts on basement down here, because now that she doesn't have C4, she's got that barbed wire and her Frost traps are brilliant.
A lot of disruption from Frost. There's not. She forces people into pushing where they don't necessarily want to with those Frost traps. Because here's the thing. I mean, you're coming into a site, and yeah, sure, you can see the Frost trap. You know it's there, but what about the guy challenging you from the door? You can't exactly look away to shoot it. So, Frost gives you a lot of forces people into using things like grenades to get rid of her traps, which is great. A lot of utility gone.
So down now into the basement, set up, go.
And then you saw that impact grenade on the green box.
Gentlemen, the Kickstar green box spot brought to you by Serenity recently.
It has actually existed for a long time. I only made a video about it recently, but the reason it's coming more into the meta now is we talked about impact grenades. What you saw with on Wine Defense earlier in the last map. It's the same thing. Impact grenades open up a whole lot of options that previously weren't available for the defenders because their only available explosive was a C4, which you can't really waste a C4 on something like that.
Yeah, so Fernox was upstairs, throws a camera out the front door, and then sprints back down towards the basement. Weekend is still here inside the garage. Does get one reinforcement done, then has to buck away because they are swarming it. And Capital's up there front too. Ash repelling on up, and thankfully everyone for Infuse is down in the basement. Fernox inside A, Temper inside A. Temper, are you running a shotgun? No, you're not. Okay, bang that close to the A door with an SMG-11. He's confident of his aim. We'll see whether or not it's to be trusted or not. Drake has moved on after putting a lot of barbed wire in there for him. Myth watching it from an angle as well. Weekend still checking all the cameras. Fernox, well, after making a couple of kill holes, is actually going to aggressively move towards the door, make a few more, another sideline in towards A, and settle in. Zephyr inside red very quickly, has droned it out, has checked on through. Myth will pre-fire the edge. Bibu, meanwhile, repelled in and went up above him, and as the drones are checking now, he's back down to the main floor and will start pushing the main staircase. So now we can see Supremacy putting some real pressure on the actual bomb site.
Yeah, and obviously, surprise, surprise, no roamers coming from Infused. This is what we expect to see on a Hereford basement defense, to be honest. And something I'm concerned about here is the speed at which we're getting these thermite charges down. There's half the round already gone, and they are only just starting to aggress.
Zephyr is still trying to find the battery too, so they can even get onto that wall.
Oh, no.
Finally shot it off. There we go.
Yay.
They in fact used an EMP as well. So not only was he saying it's slow, even as they started trying to get there, it got slower.
They're not going to get that last wall open before a minute's gone, so...
Yeah, and they're still cautious of this door too. He's spraying it. He's cautious of a man trying to peek outside. He's unsure about it. He's got teammates above him. They shouldn't be watching this. You should be blowing that wall right now.
Come on.
I don't know what it is they're waiting for. Down to a minute left. It's notoriously hard to push into this site with loads of time. When you've got less of it,
Yeah.
you're going to be sprinting into crossfires and slaughterhouses already.
A lot of this attack is what's going to come down to how well they position their smokes, really.
So now that he's done those charges, he can switch up towards droning. Jumps over a frost trap, whether he's sorting out, we'll find out. You say smoke grenades are in there. Weekend now is at the back of these B boxes, firing through it towards the staircase. Does get droned out. He has taken a bit of damage from the man on the stairs as well. It is Blackbeard there, right? Pre-firing at it. Myth watching the A door. Inside A site, Temper is still there with that shield to protect him. Weekend is still cautious of all these drones. Fernox going to push the staircase with the shotgun in hand. He's pushing the Blackbeard, takes a lot of damage but gets the kill. Now Weekend can switch it up and watch towards lockers. Myth is spraying into the gap. Fernox takes on one more. Bibu gets straight inside to kill Temper, and Myth did not get a single kill to help him out. It's coming down to the last few seconds, but the plant is already going through. Sangle's putting it in. Weekend is a bit down at B boxes, and Drake is now solo. He does see one man peek out from the plant spot, picks him off. Bibu is around. There's a man real close to this wall, but he's keeping his head down below the kill hole. Bibu's outside the A door. The other two are inside the plant site. Thermite peeks on inside. Drake cannot land the shot he needs, and Supremacy, against all odds, make it work. Temper did not get the kills he needed to when they pushed that A site.
That was way too close from Supremacy. 2 seconds left on that bomb plant. They didn't drop any smokes. They just walked into the site. Interesting way to address that. I didn't quite see what happened to the frost there, but
she just got pushed in and killed. Like,
she just got pushed in and killed, then I think honestly her mistake was probably bringing the 9mm over a shotgun. So, an interesting attack there. Really down to the wire. They spent a lot of time trying to, I guess, clear out roamers, I think was what was going on there. That could have been easily, you could have done that probably easily with just a drone and about, 40 seconds less.
So, down for them now to defend the site themselves. Supremacy, Infused, can you attack it any faster? You've got near identical attack set up, except you're bringing a sledge instead of a Thatcher.
I want to see if Supremacy is going to roam.
Yeah, well, the other thing here is half of the reason they took so long getting into that site in Supremacy's case is they used EMPs to take out the batteries, but they were so slow with using them, they also spent loads of time trying to shoot them.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I'm
Supremacy
confused
now,
about that, too.
Sorry, Infused now are forced to shoot, and they don't have any EMPs. So if they were as bad as Supremacy just were on attack, then it's a blessing, but we'll see. Sangor inside the A site has himself a shotgun. Rafael is here with him. He has a way out. Zephyr is looking like he wants to battery drone because he's staying very close.
This is dangerous, but if it works, it works, I guess. Oh, that's an interesting shield blocking the bandit battery.
Yeah. Doesn't allow that.
That could actually work.
Shot.
That'll waste a lot of utility.
It is, but when they've already lost one man to Sledge, you talked about roamers. He wasn't roaming.
No,
he just shot from above.
It was bandit. Yeah, he just got exposed.
Yep.
That was a good shot from Myth.
He must have peeked outside. There's no other way for him to have been exposed.
He was trying to run into the site through the hole they made in the wall.
Oh, okay, so yeah, he tried to run away from the grenades. And get shot. Nice shot then by Myth. Also, very quick movement. Look at this. You talked about how they don't want to waste any time with roamers. There's 3 players inside already. One at the corridor, one in the piano, and now Myth in here spraying inside the site, or inside the red garage.
You know, I like that they're trying to address Spark, but the best way to kill a roamer in red garage is to just address him from outside, because there are so many ways to shoot in. And
They are
look,
doing that
there
too,
we have
yeah.
Fernox coming to get the outside angle.
Fernox cracks the window open. Spark is really close with it. He's got the shotgun and
Oh,
he's just going to keep
no.
a distance, but he doesn't keep enough of a distance. Spark does down him. Doesn't get the kill, but
Oh my god,
just to crawl away. And Spark, exposes himself to the inside. Myth gets the kill. They're going to go outside. They're going to revive Fernox, and with 1:30 left, there's only 3 Supremacy defenders on the floor downstairs. We've seen worse odds overcome by defending teams, especially on this basement.
Yeah, but
Sangor, though, leaving the A site, not sure if I like. They're going to push towards the B side, though.
I like what I'm seeing from Infused here, though. Like you said, we've seen worse from defenders, but usually from defenders, at this point, there would be 20 seconds left on the clock. Infused didn't waste any time debunking those roamers. They got that free pick. Honestly, it's looking good for Infused right now.
So, Temper tries to put his thermite charge on that wall, and it ain't going to get unbatteried, so he's going to lose that. Drake's down inside the ladder drop, and he's outside here with thermite. Sangor has been down on the inside. There we go. The grenade's gone off on the inside of the wall. Second one will go to kill him. Weekend's picked off Rafael inside on the staircase. Bibu now is alone. Picks up the kill onto Ash inside the ladder room. But the reinforcement on that A door means he can't kill the man crossing over. Sees Myth now over at lockers. Both of them missing a lot of rounds. The diffuser is inside the site. Tempo walked into a frost trap. Now has been revived though. Weekend on the staircase. He's going to get shot through the gap here. Bibu picking it up nicely. Tempo getting the plant on inside. Capital Bolt comes in from inside the A site. Bibu dances around the fire but still can't get the kill. 45 seconds now that he can go and try and take this back. He's landed a couple of good kills in this 1v5 so far. Can he continue the roll? He knows there's one inside lockers. Makes a hole just for us that he can't see through that. I think.
Possible.
Fernox peeking the door, Myth peeking the lockers. He's taking shots from all sides. He's now only on 5 health. Suddenly gone backwards for him. The Myth will push forward with the SMG-11 to seal it. And there it is. Round in the bag for Infused. Both teams now successfully having attack rounds under their belt.
You know, I think the reason that worked so well for Infused, and I said it earlier, it really just comes down to them not wasting any time whatsoever. They got aggressive on the roamers. They saw that they needed to get rid of them, and they just did. They didn't waste any time. And interesting decision there from Supremacy to put Valkyrie in red. Not sure what that was. But I know a lot of teams who used to play somebody in red, and they just stopped because there's so many ways to kill someone holding in there.
Yeah, you can completely surround them unless you're going to fully reinforce it, which is a massive waste.
Well, even if you reinforce it, you can still shoot them from the reinforcements on the little side gap.
Not anymore.
Not anymore? Oh, they had patched it. No, my bad.
Yeah.
All the same, though, kind of a dangerous position to play.
Yeah. So, paid the price either way,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's time for Infused to go back down to try and defend the base themselves. If they are up against the same strategy that Supremacy threw their way last time, they should have it in the bag. Let's have a check.
Do we have a shotgun?
No.
Nope.
We've got the 9mm. All right, Temper. I mean, he's
Sticking
clearly
with.
confident with his 9mm. He wasn't doing the work he needed last time. If he can do it this time, though, that's all they need. He just needs to kill 1 or 2 guys coming in through that doorway.
You know, to be honest, when it comes to confidence in this game, not necessarily the best. I mean, you want to be confident in your skill, sure, to an extent, but it's the same story as like when you pick a bomb site, and you're like, this is our bomb site, we know how to defend this bomb site, but the other team, they debunk it, or not debunk it, but rather, they know how to take the bomb site better than you know how to hold it, and you just keep taking that bomb site, you keep losing that bomb site. That's confidence, you know, biting you in the butt, and I think it's going to be the same story with this 9mm. Honestly, I think a shotgun would work a lot better on that A-hole.
So Drake was upstairs aggressively for a little while, looking for drones, looking for room, early entrances. Does rotate back down and then come in towards Red himself now. No reinforcements, no cover whatsoever. He's just looking for someone that's not paying attention on their way down this corridor, or maybe thinks he's safe from an undroned spot.
They're holding red again. Oh, Infused is holding red, rather.
Yeah, he's giving it a shot anyway. Rafael is droning inside the kitchen. Drake is cautious of the drone to come around the corner in a moment. There it is, and a quick shot to take it down before he rotates back down to the site.
Already wasted a whole minute. Neither delivery nor lockers are open. Are they going to try and go for the drops, or what's the plan here?
Well, Bibu's inside and above. Zephyr is cracking open red while Sangor is droning. Spark is on the staircase. He's going to now look down towards Drake. Drake's going to see his feet though, but Drake will lose that fight. Spark is low, but the kill's the kill, and it heads over towards the attacking Supremacy squad. Raphael is outside, but he still can't get inside here because that Thatcher has not used his charges anywhere near the walls. And as you say, a minute and a half on the clock, and yeah, they got one kill, but they're still not making a push towards the site. Spark gets downed and revived by his team for safety. Sangor starting to drop a claymore behind them on that ladder. Still a minute 16 though. This is going to come down to the wire again.
What I don't understand about this attack is you need to open up delivery and lockers. Like, obviously that's their plan. Why not do that in the first 30 seconds? What's stopping you? The roamers aren't going to hurt you in that endeavor, so...
Okay, Termite Charge goes open. Single one. Now he's very cautious of the side door. Finally cracking the roof open above. He's still watching towards the door. Someone else should be doing this for you. You should be planning a charge right now. You haven't got the time. 45 seconds, and there we go. Phoenix ducks around the corner and hides. The wall is open. Temper now looking in towards the single delivery hole. There's someone that might be pushing aggressively down that way. Sangor is up on the staircase. Not quite dropping yet. Putting a lot of pressure through that hole. No one coming through the A door though. Temper keeping an eye on
23 seconds.
The diffuser is in Thatcher's hands. He is over by Single. They do get a good shot on the man in lockers. Raphael now coming around the corner. Temper tags him up, but again can't get the kill. Now the A door is open. They've got to come on in. The grenades are waiting for him. Raphael shows himself, and Temper doesn't get the kill again. And suddenly, Weekend is looking at the staircase where Spark is holding firm. They're dancing all the way across the gap. Zephyr does get down, but then Spark will peek out and steal the kill. And Myth is the only man standing. There's no health on any of these players left, but it's so many of them that there's nowhere for him to go. And even again,
wow,
with no time
twice
left, Supremacy are just free to move wherever they want.
Yeah, that's twice that we've seen the same exact thing. A plant with like 2 seconds left from the attackers. It's cutting it really close, and if it works, it works, I guess. Oh, Temper
disconnecting then. So it does look like we'll have to go for a remix. Score will obviously stand at 2 rounds to 1. Infused having an issue or two might suggest, I don't know. Don't want to say this is his aim there at the end, but he did hit that thermite a lot, just not enough. The 9mm is not quite great. Could have cleaned up that doorway if he had that shotgun when they were all pushing in.
Yeah, he was also getting really aggressive when there were only 20 seconds left. Why? You can just hide behind your shield, stay alive, and win the round.
Yeah, I don't know what the plan was, to be fair, but either way, Supremacy took advantage of it well. They took a long time to clear the other parts of the map. They made sure they knew exactly which spots these guys were sitting in with no doubt, no whatsoever. And they pushed in for it, they pre-fired it, they held them there, and they did the job they needed to do. But I don't see this being too tough of a change-up for the defenders if they turn it to a serious look back on what it is that's brought them to here.
Yeah, no, it's still a really close match. To be honest, it's 2-1, I think. So there's anyone's match at this point, and we're seeing pretty much the same thing coming out from both teams, just a little bit. I'd say, honestly, better execution from Infused. I think they kind of just got a little unlucky there. Yeah.
So we're going to run to a quick break where we re-invite Infused, get them back in the lobby. See you guys in a minute. It's going to be Supremacy back on defense. They're going to go down to the basement again. I suspect they're not forced to, but they might do. And we'll have Infused back in, fighting for that 2-2 scoreline in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Infused versus Supremacy. Continuing. Score is 2-1 in favor of Supremacy. Honestly, somehow. Their last 2 wins have been in the final dying seconds of attack rounds on Hereford Basement.
Yeah, it's been really, really close. Obviously, down to the hair. Really, we're seeing from Infused much quicker attacks. They seem like they know what they want to get done, and they're just gonna kind of go and do it. But from Supremacy, they're being a little bit more slow, a little bit more methodical, and really taking their time.
Protect your bombs from being defused by
Down
attackers.
into the basement again. Go Supremacy defense.
One thing I will say,
Yep.
shotgun on Frost.
Yes. Didn't really help them last time though. Infused's defense, Infused's attack felt like the more coordinated, felt like the smoother one. They had more time left. They had a plan to it. But it again came down to the fact that Supremacy, as you say, they had that man in red. They had these roamers that were killed off early in places they really didn't need to be.
Well, I think it was Bandit. Bandit got picked off in the site, but it was just odd. It was like he got shot from Ash Spot, rotating out of the Bandit wall into the A site. It kind of just a lucky pick, I guess, from Infused.
5 seconds
Spark
left.
reinforcing the walls behind himself. Looks like he's going to play
Playing there
inside this side again.
Yeah.
Attackers recovered the bomb.
Alright.
I mean, I want to see it work because it used to work in Season 1,
They're playing
but
2 in here?
that would be really
Who's staying in here with
interesting. No way.
I mean, I think they might be counting on the numbers that are sent this way. All right, you're going
Maybe.
to send that many people to it. We're going to put that many guns back, and we're going to trade it well. But I don't say it's a good idea.
Well, hey, who knows? Maybe it'll pay off. I mean, who expects when they're attacking Hereford Basement? Who expects 2 people in red?
You don't need to expect it, though.
If
just
you have
droned
drones,
it.
yeah.
Exactly. Like,
We'll see. We'll see.
you've killed one in there last time. You droned it anyway. You're going to drone it doubly now because you killed one in there. I do like the Bibu is staying hidden here, but there we go. He's just spotted.
Yeah.
I needed to kill it as soon as Spark it saw Spark. It drove in the bay back out, it saw him.
The idea there for Bibu probably would have been, like you said, kill it instead and make it sure it couldn't see Spark. But yeah, now they know there's 2 in here. There's like no reason for them not to be super cautious about it. Oh, he knows exactly where he's sitting, bud.
Easy.
Yeah.
He was the man that droned it. Weekend was the man that shot that whole drone in there himself. It's a free kill for him. And down goes Bibu. Supremacy's defense is not looking good right away. So, Weekend now flashbanging into the room. In goes Ash. Doesn't quite see Spark around that corner. The drone in there, though, has confirmed that he's already
And he's
dropped.
out.
So, at least he gets out safely before they now look for a new angle.
Again, a much faster attack from Infused. Half the round just passed, so... but they have set up on the site. This isn't like 30 seconds left or anything. Interesting that they're thermiting the ladder drop. It looks like they're going to try an inside attack purely.
Yeah, but to be fair, I think they did this last time.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. Which made me think they were going for a B for a little while. And then they switched it back up again. Double nades coming in now towards the A site. Sangol is taking a bit of damage for it, but all it's really done is destroy his cover. He's still got plenty of health, and he's still got that shotgun. Another grenade comes in. He's very close to this one. Zephyr this time rotates safely without getting his head shot off. With 50 seconds on the clock, it's time for Supremacy to hold firm. One more drones coming in, spotting Sangol, spotting Zephyr. Temper now going to drone on through.
They didn't see
Zephyr.
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 Oh, he's just going for it.
He goes out, he does get down, but he takes Vernox with him. He also takes one very low, very low sledge. But the good fire from Capital means no one else is going to push out afterwards, and they get the revive on Vernox. Good shotgun play from Sangol, though, takes down the first man in. He was already low, but now Sledge is coming. Second kill is easy. Vernox sprints on in, and even though...
Oh, bear trap.
Yep, he misses the shotgun, the bear trap's there. And Supremacy show Infused exactly how you hold that A room as Frost.
You know what that came down to, though? To be completely honest, it was they're all trying to go just straight through one door.
That's what Supremacy did themselves the first time.
Yeah, no, you're right. And like you said, he had a Frost shotgun. And like you said, they're showing you why you use a Frost shotgun instead of the 9mm down there. But to be honest, I mean, if you're gonna do a B or an A attack, I would advise instead of opening up the ladder drop, which ended up doing nothing for them, maybe try and open up the locker wall. Because, I mean, they are opening up a wall straight into the site. You get that locker wall open, you can just push right on in. I mean, interesting form of attack there from Infused, especially after getting that pick early on in red.
One thing they did do though, yeah, they tried to play it a lot more speedy. They tried to use
Yes.
the speed rather than going so slowly, and that was nice, but clearly not quite as well rehearsed.
Seems like they kind of hit just a little bit of a hiccup. They need more flexibility when it comes to that locker wall. I think if they open up the locker wall, open up the ladder drop as well, you may as well if you're not going to go for delivery. That could work. You need more flexibility for what you're actually hitting.
So, time now then for Infused to try and defend this basement. It'll be the last time we see this for a couple of rounds because, of course, they have to go upstairs. Supremacy have to go upstairs afterwards. See how they deal with that. So far, Myth is staying up. No, Myth's going down now, so it is just Drake. He's staying upstairs. He's been doing great in previous rounds.
They're going to catch him, though.
Yeah, there's a drone up here. He's been doing great in previous rounds. He's been doing great at getting these kills on these people that aren't paying the most attention or trying to find him as roamers. But as soon as he gets droned out, he very quickly rotates back down towards that basement.
That's smart from Drake. Yeah. No, that makes a whole lot of sense. You know what it's going to end up doing, too, is the attackers, they don't necessarily know he's run all the way back down to, oh, he's going back up.
He did this last time, too.
Yeah. Who knows? It could work out for him. But, yeah, they don't necessarily know that he's run all the way back down to the site, or for that matter, that he's gone to garage. So it could always pay off for him, I think, in terms of time, but it looks like he's going to try and get a pick as well.
Oh, he tried to speak out the front. He is so lucky to get back in. Blackbeard was already there looking for him. Stick his head in the wrong place. Does survive, though. It stays in garage for a little bit longer. There's still drone jumping on in now. A couple of them looking at him will fire at the window before dropping down to basement. And, well, he's wasted a minute at the attacker's time. It is something that Supremacy did very well. Never is there a speedy of attack.
Yeah.
So, to be fair, I don't think they really care so much that they wasted a minute trying to find him.
Yeah.
They are now finally looking to try and crack open the walls. No, they're not. Sangre's still miles away.
What are you doing, buddy? You know, this is really, this is a little discouraging to see. Honestly, all you have to do if you're Supremacy in this situation, spawn Thatcher and Thermite by parking, have them open up these two things, and then get on with the rest of your attack round. There's no reason to take like all this time. It really isn't, because now you're down to a minute left on your attack.
Hell, if you really want someone to play in red with a Claymore that can stop any kind of attack coming that way, but also take out the batteries.
Twitch.
Yeah, use a Twitch.
Use it, yeah, because then you can put your drone next to the lockers and then put your, you're right.
Just drive your drone in there, that drone can get the job done. You can be in red, doesn't bloody matter where you are.
Whoa, pistol kill.
Yep, pistol kill. Valkyrie did get the down on Blackbeard. He pushed up the staircase, downed him with a shotgun and finished him off with his deagle.
That's the way people used to hold those stairs Season 2.
Going for the one deagled over towards single. Fernox is very, very low, but he is, again, the shotgun player holding A, so he needs to be alive. But he's out of ammo, in fact, so he has to stay with his Desert Eagle. He's got no shotgun shells left. He just peppered that wall. Drake now downstairs.
Oh, he's going to run into Claymore, I think.
Yep. He's thinking
he saw it.
Yeah. He slowly went up there and saw it, now realizes he's trapped down here. The attack from Supremacy, though, is going to come down to 15 seconds again.
No.
Right on board with Sangre now. He's the man with the diffuser. The door is barbed wide open. He sprays in. There's nobody in here this time. But Myth is there on the far side. He stops on his crossing. Zephyr, however, won't. Myth runs out of ammo. Zephyr's got the diffuser in hand now, and he's going to start the plant. 4 seconds, and he's got to hold it.
Stop it, Myth, please.
He's going to try and push forward. Fernox.
Oh, they got the down.
Who got the
Smoke,
down?
I think. Maybe?
Where did the shot come from?
I have no idea.
No idea. It must have come from B-boxes, looking at the
yeah.
angle that it was there. The only place it could have been, but he gets the down when he's mid-plant, and that ends that round, making it 3 rounds to 2. Finally, Supremacy hold a defense.
You know,
Infused hold a defense in that bottom floor, but again, it got very hairy.
You know, it's funny. From Supremacy, we're seeing them not do time management super well, but they're opening up the appropriate walls, which are giving them the ability to actually get into the site. And then from Infused, we're seeing them do time management extremely well, but they're not opening up the appropriate walls, making it really difficult to get into the site. And then vice versa for the same thing for Shotgun on Frost. It's kind of funny to watch.
It is. It is. It's
Hopefully
a very contrasting style from team to team. Now, though, we're finally seeing a different bomb site.
Yay!
We're going to see something different from both teams now, but we're in TV and Kitchen from Supremacy. They're on upstairs, and this is a site that actually roaming is not so god-awful.
It makes a lot of sense.
Player or two on the top floor.
Yeah, because here's the thing about, You can hold B. This is something that I experimented with a little bit. You can hold B exclusively from upstairs as a defender. It's really easy because the places where the defender can safely plant, if somebody's playing in piano or somebody's playing in sandbags or A or wherever, the places they can safely plant as an attacker are kind of far and few between. You can open up the whole site or all of the common spots from above. So having someone upstairs, and it's the same for attackers. If they want to open up B, all they have to do is go upstairs, and it looks like that's maybe what they're trying to do.
Drake is droning on in through the master bedroom, checking that it's still clear, and then making his way through. There is, however, a teammate here to help him out.
And they have the control they need.
Yeah, that is the floor under control. So now this top-down pressure that you'd have to be so careful of as an attacker trying to plant, the defenders now have to be very careful of.
Yep.
Trying to hold their sights, and this is good for Infused. They've done it with speed as well.
Yeah, I really cannot express how awesome it is to see from Infused. They don't waste any time getting into the building. They drone it quickly, and then they get right on in.
Cautious, there it
Baiting
is.
out the
There's
C4.
C4.
You knew that was coming. Oh, it got him. Well, it downed him at least.
Did get him down. Ash was the man there to try and help him, but gets downed himself from the staircase. But Sledge is there to trade it out, just kill Raphael off. Then he'll go for the revive on 1, and then get the revive on Thermite in a minute. So it was a nice idea coming out of Doc to push on up there and trade on the reviver, but wasn't counting on the third man. Myth pre-firing the staircase then too as well. Gets away with it. Spark below took damage from his own C4, and then gets shot through the roof by Temper as payback.
This is the right kind of attack from Infused. That opening up above, nothing you can really do as a defender to stop that.
I like this angle from Zephyr. He's watching the bottom of the trapdoor that they are about to blow from inside red. He's very, very safe from here. If they go prone, he'll get an easy shot onto them. Sango's inside B alone, but he is using that shotgun, which makes it easy to hold the window. And Bibu on the staircase has barbed wire to help him stay clear. But downstairs, Temper has come to the pillbox wall and is blowing it open.
It's still winnable from the defenders. They are down to 50 seconds, and they have most of the angles covered.
Fernox journeying in to find Sango's location. He's still got asphyxiating bolts. He's going to think about using one. Finds him right behind the bomb. Switches it up. Comes towards the door. Or is it close? Very close.
That was beautiful.
Very nicely done. Sango down. Zephyr though grabs a kill for 1. That's the first man to drop. Bibu on the stairs, but they're already inside B now. Fernox is getting the plant underway. Nothing Supremacy can do about this.
Yeah.
Infused are going to plant, and with Blackbeard outside and 4v2, this is basically round now. We'll see what Supremacy have up their sleeve.
It was a nice try from Supremacy. Ooh, but will we see the comeback? It's 2v3 now.
Bibu finds one. Fernox is still on the plant spot. Inside piano. Bibu going to walk in, but Myth is there very tight against the wall. It was not expecting it. Zephyr now looks where the plant is. He does see Fernox stand up to run away, but it's taken out through the wall as he falls back. And Infused do seal the round. Leveling out the score now, 3 rounds to 3.
You know, they honestly, Supremacy honestly could have won that round if not for that asphyxiating bolt coming straight in onto Smoke. He had the ability to hold the site by himself easily. Obviously, it's Smoke. He's got the utility with the Smoke ability, and also the shotgun to hold the close angle on the window. So it was a good asphyxiating bolt. Opened up the site, allowed them to plant. No one else was covering B.
So, 3 rounds to 2. Sorry, 3 rounds each, sorry. And Infused's turn to go and defend that same bomb site. They took control of that top floor and attacked very swiftly themselves. They know the importance of it.
Do you think they're going to try to hold it?
I think they kind of have to.
Yeah. I expect to see them try to hold it, and it looks like we will be seeing a castle, and I'm guessing, just guessing, but I think we're going to see most of those castle barricades upstairs, and again, in an attempt to hold upstairs from the attackers.
Lots of reinforcements in and around red then from Infused, making sure no pressure comes in from that site from the attacking Supremacy squad.
Yeah. Where are we going to see the castles?
Let's ride on board with him and find out. He's still got all 3 at the moment.
They're definitely going upstairs.
Yeah, they're going upstairs. He's got the shotgun. He'll shot down through the floor. He's the man destroying all of that. The castle barricades are going to go on the entrance here, probably then on the wall behind, like the next doorway in as well.
Ooh, I like this. This is deceptive. We're throwing a camera out, but you won't be able to tell that because there's a castle barricade. When you see you see the broken barricade and you see a normal barricade reinforced on top of it, you think to yourself, oh, okay, there's a Valkyrie cam out here somewhere, but not necessarily with a castle one.
Jaeger tries to peek his head out of the top floor, and Zephyr takes it clean off. I'm not entirely sure what's going on now. Infused, you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to make these silly aggressive plays.
Oh,
Myth,
no.
though, oh, no. Zephyr's going straight in. Myth is there ready and waiting for the shotgun. Does its job. Myth taking barely any damage at all. Takes Zephyr down. Trades it straight back. This is much better now for Infused all over again.
You don't need to do that aggressive play, Infused. Oh, you don't need to do that aggressive play, Supremacy. Kind of the same back and forth there going on. There wasn't. I don't think they droned out Myth before he tried to rappel in there. So, that was just a little too risky.
And the drone comes afterwards, and he's happily killing it off. This time, Sangrel is close by. It's rappelling down, but Myth was cautious that it was at his window.
I like this murder hole. It's good to hold that window.
Very nice angle. Thatcher, though, coming up. He's already looking into that small room before heading back down onto the drone. Bibu is outside. There we go. So now these two are surrounding it. Sangrel is droning before going back up into the window. Myth just about to show himself around the corner. Bibu heads on forward. He's going to blow one wall open and backs on up. Myth exposed and taken down quickly and easily by Bibu. I say quick and easy. We are down to a half of the round gone.
Yeah. That was honestly really good time wasting from Castle there. Despite getting picked off from Ash, there's not a whole lot he could have done in that situation. Ash played it perfectly, forced him into an angle that he wasn't comfortable with, and ran away before he could engage her, thus making the shotgun kind of worthless.
Hole made in the floor right above Weekend. He is not aware and does get away in time. Bibu, if I look down through it at the right point. While Temper holding outside the front door and the B site. Still has a shield if he needs to fall back. Fernox is inside dining, covering the front door 8. So no one can sprint in through there on towards the site. And well, pressure is going to come in from...
That was a nice smoke.
Yeah, perfect time on the smoke. Pressure's going to come in from the garage. They're thermiting the wall open. Ash is on the stairs. Weekend is going to hear it to his left shortly. But once again, we're down to 30 seconds here for the Supremacy attack.
This is going to come down to Weekend here.
Yeah, Weekend just needs to get these 2 kills inside dining, or inside garage, and you might have the job done. Sangrel's droning, 20 seconds on the clock, not a whole lot of time to do this. Does get the drone killed off. Spark's still outside front. He's now looking at the side door. Plant is right in the corner. Weekend is missing so many shots or a fail. Weekend misses every important shot, and Sangrel will get him killed. Fernox gets a Desert Eagle kill. He's the last man standing. 5 seconds on the clock. All he's got to do is stop the plant. He does stop the Blackbeard. Plant will go down though. Knifes him, goes for the successful reload. 2v1 with 2 HP. Looking towards the front corridor. Cautious about where these guys are and finds another drone. Sangrel is prone inside the site. Raphael's inside the red container. Sees Sangrel behind the bomb. Sangrel sees him though, and they both miss important shots. He's cautious towards the door. Makes that a bit bigger. No one there this time. Sprays towards the bomb again. Sangrel's no longer in that position.
I don't think he has
on
time.
the right hand side, he doesn't have the spots to get across. He can't vault through that gap. Has to go around. Dart across the gap, picks out his Desert Eagle, looks towards the corridor. They're already spraying from every angle, goes for a 1D, but Sangle's there. Supremacy take the lead back and match point before they head on to defense.
You know, I'm not sure what happened there with Weekend. I think this might be his premiere. I think this might be his first match. I'm not sure. Maybe he got a little choked up there, but honestly, that again, like I said before he even got in that engagement, it's going to come down to Weekend, and it did come down to Weekend losing that engagement, allowing them to walk into the site free. There wasn't enough time for the defenders to pick the bomb up and plant it after it had been put down. So if he had just gotten that one crucial kill on the Thermite, they could have won that round.
So here we go. Supremacy on defense of the basement.
Mm-hmm. This is it. This is Supremacy's round. Now we have seen from Infused pretty successful attacks on the basement. They're not wasting a whole lot of time. However, if they end up forcing themselves into trying to just run into the door of A again, I could see Supremacy walking away with this map.
So, like this shield coming down from Raphael again. Let's trying to plant it down to cover the battery. Really like that.
You know, I'm surprised I haven't seen that before. It's pretty clever, and especially if you put a Jaeger, and it looks like they will maybe put a Jaeger up there to stop the grenades to come in. It's pretty clever. Are they going to be doing it though? I don't think so.
I think you've focused on getting some trophy systems down elsewhere first, and then rethought it.
Well,
it's on
the corner
it's
there.
On the corner, so you could still he had trouble putting it on the stone slab, but now where it's on the corner, you can
Right.
put the shield
Right.
on the locker floor. And
Yeah.
I don't know, I'd like to try with it and find a more reliable thing, because Rafael
Something
had
to
a real issue
experiment
putting it
with.
down. But he's now inside red with Spark, who this time has a shotgun instead of the MPX, but is still trying to play the red container that did not work for him every other time they tried it.
You know, okay, it makes sense if your objective is to waste time, but if your objective is to hold it or try and get a pick with it, you're not doing anything with that. That's a bad idea. You're going to lose that engagement. What you should be doing in there is just kiting, wasting as much time as possible, and then falling down the ladder.
So Myth's already in upstairs. The drones are coming for him. Drake has already got eyes on the red container. Drones are going to head in that way for him. Fernox and Weekend heading towards the window. Myth, there you see, he dropped down below and is now spraying the window open. They are keeping Spark pinned. We're going to ride on board with Spark's perspective as he is about to get swarmed all over again. As the drone comes in, he misses it twice. The RNG on that not in favor. Grenade.
How did that grenade not get him?
It didn't blow up in time. He dodged away from it, but took him low, and then Weekend comes with a free kill. And shocker! The guy in red container died without doing anything. We haven't seen that one before.
Yeah, no, to be honest, if you're going to play there, you need to just play there to run away. There's no other way to play that angle.
Tempa inside red now is going to go and blow this trap door again. Does give them a little bit of control of the dropper, which means the person from here looking across to the A door is now a null factor. But you've still got to somehow shake this Frost that's in here with a shotgun. He was your issue last time over.
I want to see if they're going to open up delivery or if they're going to open up the locker doors. Will they learn from their mistake?
He's going to sit on
it's going to be delivery. Yeah.
But he needs to get the battery shot out first. Myth is cracking the hole open. There we go, gets the battery killed.
You know, to be honest, I don't think they have enough time in the round to debunk the bandit anyway, so this might be the right decision.
Yeah. They are now going to open it up. Someone needs to sit there and fire into the A site and make sure they can keep eyes on this Frost. Meanwhile, Ash has dropped down into A. She may be able to peek the Frost if she is aggressive enough, but Bibu's peeking around the corner. That's going to help. Bibu goes down. Infused are looking much better now. Sangro still in there with that shotgun. On the stairs, though, Weekend gets down. Infused wants to peek on out. The Frost is getting pinned and covered from all angles and gets taken out nicely. Infused are looking to take this to overtime. Bandit peeking around from lockers. Does get one. Peeks on out to find two. Oh, Zephyr's picked up three. It's suddenly only Ash left standing. She's going to revive the the Blackbeard.
18 seconds.
With 15 seconds on the clock by the time she drops, she goes on down with no diffuser. It's still outside and Zephyr knows it. Rafael is inside B. He's low, but he's still there. Outside, they drop Blackbeard. Zephyr flank, but there's a good kill from Rafael inside. Wicked comes in and Supremacy hold. Zephyr with two. Three outside. Rafael with two inside.
Wow. Zephyr and Rafael. Absolutely locking out that round for the defenders, and I think that's the match, isn't it?
Oh, we're on camera already.
We're standing up.
That was our tie last round.
A little hyped.
And yeah, that's it. That's the map. That's 5 rounds to 3 in favor of Supremacy.
That came out of nowhere. Like I was totally expecting Infused to take that, but Zephyr walked out.